Hi, I'm Ian Canal. Welcome to the Canal Farm. After a decade of traveling the world in search of the best food, I realized that the way that we cook and eat right here is not just down-home country cooking, it's world-class food. And it's the picture of what American food should be. Cooking this way is like returning to a healthier and more fulfilling lifestyle. The farm has been in the family for hundreds of years. It's nurtured us for generations. We have some really good times here. And the food that we eat and cook enriches our lives. We live off this land, and I'll show you how sustainable it is. We grow, raise, and hunt everything we eat right here. In a way, it's like returning to a time before grocery stores and fast food fixes. It's fun, it's rewarding, because it is a ton of hard work. But at the end of the day, we sit down to some pretty incredible meals. I'm Ian Canal, and this is what I do.
The bees have been working all summer gathering pollen from the garden, from the woods, from the fields, and it's finally time to take the honey. So tonight's dinner will be all about honey. We'll use it both in savory and sweet dishes. For the main course, I'm going to make some baby back ribs with the Chipotle honey glaze. They'll cook in the oven until they're nice and tender, and then to finish, I'll broil them and brown them. And to serve with that, we'll do some honey glazed carrots and shallots, and some sweet potatoes drizzled with a honey shallot cilantro dressing. Finally, for dessert, I'll make a honey walnut cake. You can get local honey at most farmers markets. But if you're feeling adventurous and you want to keep your own bees, it's actually pretty easy. The bees do most of the work. But you have to give them a place to live. You can mail order a hive. You can also order frames. Now these frames are for the hive body. This is where the queen lays her eggs. And you want to place a foundation of beeswax in here that the bees will build out to make the honeycomb. There are smaller frames that you put on top of the hive body. That's called a super. So all the extra honey is stored there. And that's what we'll take the honey from when we take the honey from the bees. Baby back ribs are always a crowd pleaser, and they are unbelievably easy to make. First of all, the meat itself is delicious, so you don't have to do that much to it. Just pour on some extremely flavorful ingredients, wrap it up in foil, and steam it in the oven, or roast it in the oven for about an hour and 3/4. After that, you either grill it or broil it to brown it off, and they're ready to go. Today, I'm going to make Chipotle honey ribs. I'm going to start out with some Chipotle peppers. We want about 1/3 cup of chopped chipotles. Chop these up pretty finely because we don't want a huge chunk of hot pepper. And then we'll put them in the bowl. To that, I'm going to add some lime juice. Juice of 1 lime. Plenty. It's probably going to be about 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Then I'm going to add some honey, about 1/4 cup. And some salt, about 2 teaspoons. And some pepper, about 1 teaspoon of pepper. Just going to stir that together until it's all combined. The honey will dilute with the lime juice, so it won't be sticky anymore. then we're gonna pour that right over top of the ribs. And then cover the ribs with foil. Tuck in the sides so that all the juices are trapped in there. And this will steam in its own juices in that marinade for, again, about 1 hour and 3/4 until it's super tender. It'll be falling off the bone.